Hey y'all, so today I got a short tier list for you. And let me explain these tiers real quick. So number one, we got you're gonna fucking die tier, which pretty self-explanatory. Then we have horrible, pretty self-explanatory as well. And then pretty bad, pretty self-explanatory. And then fine in small amounts. These are things you can consume on the diet, but only in limited quantities. If you go too hard on them, they can harm you. But in, reasonable amounts, no biggie. It's no big deal. So let's start. How about we get salt right out the fucking way? So this is table salt. Generic table salt is pretty fucking horrible. It could almost go into you're gonna die tier. You know what? Fuck it. I'll put a table salt into you're gonna die tier because LD50 25 grams table salt is bleached. They add some other shit to it. It's pretty fucking bad. Then we have real salt, like fucking sea salt. It's not much better, bro. It really isn't much better, but the dose really makes the poison with salt. That's the problem. Like if you do a bunch of salt, you are gonna fucking die. If you don't do too much of the salt, it's not gonna kill you, but you know what? I'll be nice to the fucking salt tards. I'll put the real salt in horrible and the table salt and you're gonna die. And I'm being generous today. Now here we have MSG. MSG is really fucking bad, dude. MSG's been associated with heart issues, like mitochondria dysfunction. Dude, it's like you're gonna fucking die tier. Should I put it? I don't know whether to put it behind table salt. It doesn't fucking matter, man. It's the same shit, really. I'll put MSG like maybe behind you're gonna die. Like it's probably slightly more harmful than table salt, but it's a little lower on the you're gonna die tier, I think. So I mean, overall, it's still pretty fucking horrible. Then we could do some other random ones. How about right here, wheat? So this is like processed, enriched, bleached wheat. I mean, this is like you're gonna fucking die tier. I'm not gonna lie, but it's probably a little worse than the salts. So I think I'm gonna put it behind. But this is like, bro, anytime wheat says enriched, it means it's full of fucking supplements and literal iron filings. They literally file iron like fucking from Minecraft. The iron ingots you fucking make in that game. They'll file that shit down and put it in the food because they think that's the same iron as fucking heme iron because they're so fucking retarded, man. It's fucking crazy. We could do some more you're gonna die. Seed oils. Seed oils are you are going to fucking die to the extreme, bro. Seed oils are gonna be the worst. Remember, the more to the right it is, the inferior it is. So the corn oil right here, the seed oil, is the worst so far, bro. Like, holy shit, man. Corn oil is fucking bad, bro. Like there really is nothing worse. And I'm just saying corn oil because that's what I put here, but it's all fucking seed oils, bro. Seed oils are you're gonna fucking die tier, bro. You're gonna fucking die, man. That shit is not good at all. How about we do some other oils? So here we got avocado oil. Avocado oil is pretty trash, but it's not incredibly toxic. It is cooked fat, and most people can't even digest it. I think I'll put it at like pretty bad, because here's the thing with the avocado oil: it's almost always super rancid, and you got to think about the fact that avocados are pretty dry. So imagine how they even make this fucking oil. It's super processed, and it introduces like really unnatural cooked fats in amounts that you would never be able to acquire normally, because you aren't just gonna be able to like eat that many avocados to equal this avocado oil. So it's pretty bad, but I wouldn't say horrible or anything like that, because like salt can literally kill you, but the avocado oil is not going to kill you. It's just a little harmful. It's like rancid fat. And now coconut oil. Same thing with the coconut oil. And listen, coconut cream, raw coconut cream is great for you, but the problem with coconut oil, it's pasteurized cooked garbage, man. But it is a little less toxic than the avocado oil because it has the benefit of being highly saturated, which means there's less of a chance of it being highly rancid. In general, it's slightly better for you. And some people can have it without issues, but I mean, bro, everybody's gonna have issues with the avocado oil. It's pretty bad, but yeah, no, I'll put coconut oil like top of pretty bad. But it's cooked pasteurized garbage. I can't put it in fine because of that, but it's pretty fucking garbage. Now, olive oil. Olive oil is actually our first. Fine in small amounts. Olive oil in small amounts is totally fine. The only problem is if you overconsume the olive oil, it'll demineralize your body. And generally the rule is something like no more than like a big tablespoon a day. So And when it comes to the week, it'd be like a few tablespoons a week. So don't overdo the olive oil, but it's fine in small amounts. There's nothing particularly beneficial, but you know, if you want to make sauces with it, it's totally fine. You just have to get good quality olive oil. And I mean, this is kind of common sense. Like, you don't want to get olive oil that's laced with seed oils or super rancid, but come on, that's fucking common sense. Let's do the vinegars. So white vinegar. So listen, white vinegar is very similar to apple cider vinegar, but the problem with white vinegar is some of it is made synthetically in a lab, but most of it sold for human consumption is made with potato starch or a wheat starch. It'll like a bread, almost like vodka, just like they make vodka pretty much. And then they'll turn the alcohol into acetic acid or whatever the fuck it is. But the white vinegar, I'll put it like it's somewhere between pretty bad and horrible, just because, you know, it's made with this harmful starch. But I'll put it at like the bottom of pretty bad. It's like pretty bad going into horrible, but it could be worse. And you know, the white vinegar highly demineralizes your body, and there's some pollutants in there being, you know, because it's fermented from this like fucking toxic starch, whether it be the potatoes or the wheat, especially the wheat. If it's wheat fermented, which it usually is wheat fermented, it's pretty fucked up. Because imagine, they're not using high quality potatoes, and they're not using high quality wheat, bro. And remember, like I've said a billion times, the wheat we have today is retarded. It has Down syndrome, so you don't want to consume that shit whatsoever. Alright, I guess after this we could do some of the sugars. How about that? So right here I got corn syrup. Corn syrup is pretty fucking horrible. But like, here's the thing. I'm about to tell you guys something crazy. The difference between corn syrup and cane sugar is not that big of a difference, bro. Like, the fructose content is practically identical. It's cane sugar has like 5% less fructose than corn syrup. The only like real downside that the corn syrup has is it's almost always usually made in a lab, and if not made in a lab, it comes from petroleum. So it's fucked up, bro. But it's really the same thing as the cane sugar, bro. And you know, fructose turns into toxic chemicals in the body. It leaves behind toxic residues because it's cooked, cauterized. You know how it is, bro. This shit's pretty fucking bad, but I don't know, man. There's not a huge difference. But when it comes to the salt, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what, dude? I think salt is slightly less harmful than cane sugar. Sorry, slightly more harmful than cane sugar. But I think the salt is a little more harmful than the corn syrup. I'm going to do that. I think this is a good ratio, bro. For sure. Now, moving on to aspartame, bro. Aspartame is really fucking bad. The problem with aspartame is it's obviously a synthetic sugar, and it still has a sugar content. It's a very minimal amount, but the thing is, aspartame like tricks the body into thinking it's receiving a much higher dose of sugar than it actually is. So it completely throws your metabolism out of balance. It causes like total metabolism fucking wackery. It's not good at all. I'm not gonna say you're gonna die tier though, because like, bro, all these things are like so much fucking worse than the aspartame. But I'll put aspartame the very bottom of horrible tier. I would personally rather drink corn syrup than aspartame. So bottom of the horrible tier for sure. You know, on that topic, let's do another sweetener, maple syrup. So maple syrup, I wouldn't put it in horrible tier. I'll put it in pretty bad tier. The problem with maple syrup, I mean, it's literally just cooked sugar. It's extremely high in fructose, and there's no enzymes in it. And it's also full of some toxic chemicals from the plant when it's cooked, because, you know, it has flavonoids and all this other bullshit. And when cooked, these become harmful. So, I mean, that's why the color, you know, that's why it's brown. Like, in a way, I'd almost say, like, white cane sugar might be less harmful than maple syrup because there's less additives in there. But considering the fact that white cane sugar is also often contaminated with stuff, and maple syrup has the benefit that at least it comes from something natural. Like, white cane sugar is so fucking processed that it's barely even natural. Doesn't even resemble the fucking sugar cane it comes from. I think I'll put like maple syrup at like the very bottom of pretty bad, but it's not amazing for, you know what, fuck it, dude. Actually, it's horrible tier, bro, but I'll put it at the top of horrible tier. Like, I think I would rather have maple syrup than fucking white cane sugar and all this other crap, but It's not that good for you, bro. Oh, and the apple cider vinegar, I forgot to put it up when we were talking about the white vinegar. The apple cider vinegar is totally fine in small amounts. Anything here, it doesn't matter. It's all fine in small amounts. I'm not going to like try to say, oh, olive oil is better than apple cider vinegar. They're all, it's whatever, fine in small amounts. But apple cider vinegar doesn't have any of the toxic additives or any of the pollutant concerns that might come with white vinegar, but it still can demineralize your body in high amounts. So it's something to definitely limit your consumption of. So I am putting it in fine and small amounts. Now moving on, here we got vanilla extract. So vanilla extract is fine in small amounts. I would say is probably like the thing that you need to limit the most of right here. Like you need to have like, when you have vanilla extract, you need to have like a very small amount, because vanilla extract can have pollutant concerns, and it's also made with alcohol. It has an extremely high alcohol content. You know, you could get drunk on this. Like some kids drink straight vanilla extract to get drunk. Like if you drink the whole bottle, that's like equal to like a shot of whiskey, maybe even more. It's pretty potent. But yeah, it's okay in small amounts, like very tiny amounts. But you got to make sure it's organic and no pollutant concerns, none of that. But fine in small amounts. And then we got some seasonings. So this is like generic lemon pepper seasoning. You know, there's a certain kind of people that love to use the lemon pepper seasoning. This stuff is pretty bad, man. This is horrible, like really horrible. Because this stuff has salt in it. It has heavy metals. It's almost always contaminated with heavy metals. And it's also irradiated. So I'm putting this, honestly, dude, like at the bottom. I think I'd rather consume a little bit of aspartame than this fucking seasoning, dude. This shit's like really fucking bad. Just because it has the salt, it's automatically worse than the salt because it's salt plus a bunch of other fucking chemicals. But it's almost like pouring into you're gonna die tier, bro. But it's fucked up, man. I wouldn't consume that shit at all. And then here we have salt-free, organic, non-irradiated seasonings. It doesn't matter what kind. This is like, okay. Here's the thing. Everything up here, like the olive oil, the vinegar, you can include in the diet, but the pre-ground spices are a little shady, bro, because they still can be contaminated with heavy metals. But I'll put them in fine in small amounts because it's not the end of the world, but they're usually cooked to a certain degree. Like when they dehydrate it, it can be cooked in that process. It really depends, man, but in small amounts, it can be justified, but this is another one of those things that's like peering into like the pretty bad tier. If I had another tier like not super bad, I'd probably put it there. But no, this is like fine in small amounts. It could be worse, bro. It could really be worse. Okay, now we got some fucking really toxic stuff. Let's start with soy lecithin. Soy lecithin is pretty bad, dude. I'm putting it in horrible tier, to be honest, but here's the thing. I'll put it like in front of the aspartame. I think I'd probably rather have soy lecithin, but soy lecithin has a bunch of different fucking problems because it literally comes from soy. You know, it can be contaminated with glyphosate, be estrogenic, whatnot. It's pretty bad for you, but some of these other chemicals down here are significantly worse. So let's move on. How about polysorbate 80, bro? This is like you're gonna die tier, dude. Polysorbate. I'm not sure exactly where to put it in you're gonna die tier, but yo, polysorbate can go like, I don't know, I guess like behind the salt, something like that. Because here's the thing, this is used, and this is one of the ingredients used in the, you know, some I can't talk about YouTube, but it's a very harmful ingredient. But would I say it's as bad as MSG and the unrich flour? Probably not, just because some of these other fucking ingredients can have polysorbate 80. Like it's not impossible for an MSG brand, like an MSG food, because most of this time, like it's not just pure MSG. They have other additives in the fucking MSG, or like the enriched flour and shit that they could have like a polysorbate in them or something. But I don't know, polysorbate is pretty fucking bad, man. Again, it doesn't even matter. Like everything down here is fucking horrible. Who even cares in what fucking order it is? And then here we have citric acid. Citric acid is pretty bad. It's an antibiotic. There's actually a fascinating video. I'll have to make a video about this sometime. But when you put citric acid on bacteria, it'll kill the bacteria. It's like it's completely antibiotic. So here's the thing: citric acid is found naturally in food, but the thing is, the citric acid form in food is completely different to the form they put in food. I mean, this is literally a powder. There's no powder, as far as I'm aware of, inside of lemons and limes where citric acid is located. So citric acid's pretty bad. I'm willing to put it something like in front of aspartame. I wouldn't say it's as bad as aspartame. Maybe in front of soy lecithin as well, but Probably not as bad as the sugars and like the real salt and stuff, but it's pretty fucking bad, man. It's pretty bad. Okay, moving on, we got xanthan gum. So all these gums are so bad for your digestion, dude. If you eat a gum one of these times, like your actual bowel movement is gonna change, bro, because it's completely indigestible and it changes the formulation of it because it's a fucking indigestible gum, dude. It does horrible shit to your digestion. Like, this is like probably the worst so far, I'd say. Like, peering into you're gonna die territory, but I don't know, compared to some of this other stuff, dude, it could be worse. It is really horrible though, man. Like, don't get anal about me. The fucking soy lecithin should have been in you're gonna die tier. Bro, listen. All this shit's fucking horrible for you, man. Who even cares? So yeah. And moving on, sodium nitrate, the shit they put in preserved meat, like fucking ham and hot dogs and shit like this, bro. This is like kind of like you're gonna die tier. I'll say it's probably behind the table salt. Who cares, bro? Who really cares about this order? But yeah, sodium nitrate is horrible. I mean, it's literally a carcinogen. Sometimes it has to be converted into a different chemical in the body to become a carcinogen, but who cares? The end product is still a carcinogen. I mean, we know that processed meats are highly linked to cancer. I mean, they fucking cause cancer, bro. So the sodium nitrate is so fucking bad. It's definitely worthy of that you're gonna die tier. It's real bad. And then next up, we got calcium supplements. So this is anything calcium related, bro. There's like 10 million different forms of calcium. Bro, this is like kind of like you're going to die tier. I think it's probably like the least bad and you're going to die tier just because the calcium, like the negative effects of this calcium builds up over a long time. But I mean, that's true for all this other stuff, but you know what? Doesn't even make a difference, man. It doesn't even make a difference. I'm just going to put it in you're going to die tier. Who cares where it is? This shit's horrible for you, man. It's so bad for you. And then next we have preservatives. I chose sodium benzoate, but it doesn't even matter. They're all the same, dude. This is pretty bad. I mean, like, you're embalming your fucking insides. Is it you're going to die tier, though? Probably, actually, dude. I'm just going to slap it in you're going to die tier. That shit's pretty bad. And then next, we've got food dyes. I chose our old pal Red 40 here because everybody loves Red 40. Now, Red 40 is really bad. It's linked to a bunch of neurological conditions, but the benefit of it is that it can be detoxified when you're on the primal diet. Some of this other stuff, it's not necessarily that... I mean, you can obviously detoxify it, but they don't leave these residues quite like the Red 40 and the food dye does. That's easy to... you know, detoxify. Like the sodium nitrate and shit is just like the body removes it, but it's literally damages your DNA structure and shit. But the Red 40, I don't know, I'm torn up behind like the bottom of horrible tier to like top of you're gonna die. It's pretty bad, man. But you know what, dude? Fuck it. Considering the fact it causes neurological problems, I'll put it in you're gonna die, bro. Put it like behind this. It doesn't even matter. Like I said, the order doesn't matter, man. But that's my tier list. I know that was quick. It was a little rushed, but you know, yeah, boy, got to get a video out every single day. And just a reminder, I'm still doing that little competition thing, man. If you want to earn 40 bucks by pressing a few buttons on your computer or on your phone, you post a reel from a clip of my YouTube channel on Instagram and tag me at ResidentRaw2. Super important. You got to tag me at ResidentRaw2 or on TikTok at ResidentRaw. Doesn't matter. Whichever platform you like better, post these clips. And hey, thank you for watching. I love you. Bye.